D, wait for it, rightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I'm coming at you today with this review. M3GAN is a marvel of artificial intelligence, a lifelike doll that's programmed to be a child's greatest companion and a parent's greatest ally. Designed by Gemma, a brilliant roboticist, M3GAN can listen, watch, and learn as it plays the role of a friend and teacher, playmate, and protector. When Gemma becomes the unexpected caretaker of her 8-year-old niece, she decides to give the girl an M3GAN prototype, and a decision that leads to unimaginable consequences. This movie stars Allison Williams, Ronnie Chang, Amie Donald, Jenna Davis, and Violet McGraw, just to name a few. I have to just say, sorry, I went through that whole little thing, but I just have to say right now, overall, I went and seen this movie with me and my wife watched it. And I have to be honest with you, I liked it. I liked it. I do have some negatives, and I do want to get to that at the end of this. But well, I'll just say what my probably my biggest complaint is that it's PG-13. I know I saw somewhere, I heard somewhere, please don't quote me on this, I can't remember, that they the reason they had it PG-13 was because the PG-13 version tested better than the R-rated version. But me, I just go, listen, when it comes to the kills, I want to see it, and this one, it was like when she would thrust to kill, stab somebody, they would pull away and you didn't see anything. And I mean, I personally, as watching a horror movie, that's not what Daddy's not here for that nonsense. I want to see the kills, and I need them to be bloody. Although I do not like blood, but when it comes to these kinds of movies, like, I don't know, this one didn't really like make me like, I don't have a strong constitution when it comes to like bodily fluids. So if I see like like guts and stuff, I get all like and everything. But this movie didn't gross me out. Now, in terms of the story overall, I did feel that it did take a minute to get to the part where M3GAN became the psycho doll, but it was fine. I just as soon as she like, when she got the look, like she was like, thinking like, hey, you're about to die. I was like, man. There were some things that I was like, this is interesting commentary, especially on the children and technology thing, at the beginning with, what's her name? Katie's parents. When they're driving, the mom is all like, they have screen time, she doesn't get to just watch whatever she wants and everything all the time. And I think that me personally, I have 2 children, and I am very much like, technology is something that needs to be, kind of reined in. My kids don't just get to watch TV all day. They have to go and like, they, do something else besides that. But I do think that that's actually a interesting commentary when it comes to children and technology. When do we stop letting the TV babysit our children? I mean, and I'm guilty of it. I just want to say that right now. I'm guilty. There are plenty of days where it's like, listen, I gotta fix the sink upstairs, and then I have to go downstairs and, clean out the storage room and everything. So watch Bluey, so I mean, I'm guilty of it, but at the same time, I just go, there needs to be, I as a parent, I just go, there needs to be a limit. I also do think that Gemma, her character, Allison Williams did a good job. Everybody did a good job here, and I'll talk about them in just one second. But I think that Gemma, the character, I do think that giving her niece a prototype of a something that she's working on was a little irresponsible, even if it had turned out fine. If this movie had not been crazy, I do think that it was a little irresponsible as an adult to just give your prototype that's in beta testing to a child. Like, let's just pretend it didn't go all psycho. There's still some things that could happen. I just thought that was a little irresponsible. Okay, so I want to talk about the acting. First off, M3GAN. So there are 3 women that I understand that play M3GAN. It's Amie Donald, Jenna Davis does the voice, and then there was one more. Hold on, I'm sorry, you guys. Jenna Davis, Amie Donald, and Kimberly Crossman. I thought these three ladies did a great job. M3GAN was my favorite part when M3GAN was teaching her about condensation with the water in the glass and why you should use a coaster. And she's all like, that's crazy. She's like, that's crazy. And she's like, I know, it's insane, right? It's in the trailer. I loved it. It was great. The woman, and then like when she's dancing, which I just want to say right now, the dancing scene I felt was a little lacking because they put all of it in the trailer. I was all like, I could have done more with the dancing, and like, I don't know. And there just was like, I didn't think the music was like all that great because it was very like undertoned or whatever, but it was fine. But I still, yeah. Like I said before, Allison Williams does a good job. I really like her as an actress. I think she did a great job. I have nothing against her or whatnot. Now, in terms of everybody else, they all did a good job, acting wise, and I did like them, except for one, Ronnie Chang. I'm sorry, I do not think Ronnie Chang is a good actor. I don't think he can act. I mean, he's a comedian. I've only seen one of his specials, which I didn't think was very funny, but, that could have just been me on a bad day. But everything I've seen him in, I'm just like, I mean, he did okay in Shang-Chi, but like, so he did okay. But in Crazy Rich Asians, he was bad there, and he's just bad here. He's a bad actor. I don't understand why bad acting is getting rewarded, but what do I know? Maybe they're bringing him, they hired him to bring him in for his fan base. Okay, now everybody else did great. Now, as far as the kills go, so I want to talk about that a little bit. Now, I don't like the torture of animals, but that dog deserved everything it got. It like attacked M3GAN, and then it bit Katie. So that dog, and I just want to say right now, I don't know where you live, but in my state, if a dog bites you, they have to put it down. That's just how it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The dog has to be put down. That's like law. So I don't understand where they're living that this dog can just roam free to attack other children. And that, I'm sorry, but that owner should have taken responsibility for that attack. I'm sorry. There was no excuse for her dog attacking those children. Like, M3GAN's not a child, she's a robot, but if it was a child, that dog was crazy. And that owner should have done more to help out with the situation. Speaking of that owner, Celia, I think, or Celia, I wish they would have shown her death, because I was a little confused. First off, power washers, are they that powerful? I mean, she got blasted across the room. Now, I don't own a power washer, my parents do, and I've only used it once, but not to clean off the side of a house. But I'm all like, is a power washer like a fire hose powerful? Like, I'm all like, is that a power washer? Like, I was very confused by that. And then I was all like, did she melt her? I was a little tiny confused on that. Also, so when I knew that Cole and Tess didn't die, because when they were in the lab and there was that explosion, I was like, it didn't look like they died. And that explosion really wasn't like big enough to kill them. And then they showed up at the end. So I was like, okay, good. They survived. Ronnie Chang's David and Kurt, I didn't care about them. When they died, I was like, oh, who cares? Bye-bye. But then I did also like the end when Katie got the gloves for, what was it, Bruno? Was it Bruno or Bert or something? I can't remember the name of her. Bruce got Bruce and attacked what's her face? M3GAN. Now, as terms of sequels, so M3GAN dies at the end and everything, and M3GAN had it implied that M3GAN had uploaded her like consciousness, like herself, onto that the home thingy. What was that home thingy called? I can't remember now. She uploaded herself onto that little thing or whatnot, so she like survives. I have to be honest, when it comes to a sequel, I really hope they don't do a sequel, just because I feel like especially in America, we do this thing where if something's a success, we're like, we have to keep doing it. We have to keep doing it. And I just go, why don't you just have this be a one-off? I liked it. It's fine. We don't need a million child play movies. The first one was so good, you know? Although I do love those Chucky movies, they're so good. I love them. But yeah. So overall, I think this was a good movie. I mean, is it Oscar worthy? But no, it's a horror movie, but I thought it was fun. And I don't say that lightly. I thought it was fun. I always feel like when I say a movie is fun, that I didn't mean it was good. I just said it's fun because I don't know how to explain how bad it was. But I really did like it. I really did like it. And I wouldn't own a M3GAN, but I would dress up as M3GAN for Halloween, but I'd keep my beard and I buy a M3GAN action figure and set it up on my shelf and everything. But yeah. All right, you guys, that's my thoughts and my review, of M3GAN. I didn't have any notes or anything. I just wrote, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this movie. So I say go see it. I think this is a good start to 2023 in terms of movies. And so all right. And I can't wait to see what James Wan and Jason Blum have in store for us next in terms of horror. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys thought about this movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite part? Would you own a M3GAN if you could afford it? But tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next movie review. You guys have a good day. Bye.